Promotional video recorded with just a voiceover has the major advantage of being much easier to produce and, most importantly, requires less presentation skills, so less stress for you. I'm focused on teaching you how to best produce a do-it-yourself promotional video. And in this video, I'll show you the various options for voiceover recording. And so you can see the result of a voiceover video that's without a face to camera. I've recorded this whole tutorial as just a voiceover. At the end of the video, I'll show you the tips for my personal method of voiceover recording. A big benefit of voiceover recording is it can be done with just your computer without any extra camera equipment. As I've stressed previously, you should invest in a good USB microphone or a USB lavalier or lapel microphone for your computer. The simplest solution is to add your voiceover directly while you're editing your video. Or, as I'll show later in the video, you could use any audio recording software that you've got installed, and then add it to your video editing software later. Let's look at the first solution, adding the voice directly to your video editing application. I'm using iMovie, but most, if not all, software apps will have a voiceover functionality. As a first step, it would pay to make sure that your audio from your microphone is set up correctly. On a Mac, you'd select System Preferences from the Apple menu, select Sound, select the Input tab, and your external microphone, Blue Snowball in this case, or if you want to, your internal microphone. On a PC, open Settings, click on the System icon, click on Sound on the left side, and choose the input device from the right-hand side drop menu. And you'll be able to choose if you've got more than one input device connected. And when finished, just close Settings. For this exercise, I'll create a new project in iMovie. Press the New Project plus sign, and the new project will appear in the timeline. You need to have at least some of your still images or your video already added. Click the microphone icon under the viewer. The red button will show on the right. Click that. There's a countdown of 3 seconds, and then you can speak. Press the red button to stop. It's unlikely that you'll be able to record your whole script in one take without making some mistakes. I find that when reading the script, I do make mistakes and mostly need to repeat some of the sections several times. Besides, when reading the script, you want to put your best "I'm really interested" voice on, so you sound focused to your audience. And it's easy to slip out of that voice as you're continuing with the reading of your script. So you'll need to repeat those lines that are not sounding so enthusiastic. Once you've added the voiceover to your timeline, you can then extend the time between words to suit the video and the photos, or add more images to cover where your voice is still speaking. Take, for example, this original script that I've got in iMovie. I'm talking about being realistic when I recorded. I said it several times, so now I can pick the best option. But first I'll cut out a gap and then finally select the words to be a little bit more realistic. Listen from here. First the gap. Now I'm playing the whole recording. But to be realistic, I'll use 800% in this situation. But to be a little bit more realistic, I'll use 800% in the. So I'm going to cut just before, so to be a little bit, and delete all the previous attempts. It now plays as 1,000%. But to be a little bit more realistic, I'll use 800% in this exercise. But I feel I need to add some more time to show some more of the video without words. So I've added that video. Now all I have to do is drag the audio apart and a short gap allows the audience to view the video without hearing me talking. 2000%. But to be a little bit more realistic, I'll add a little music to fill that gap. 1000%. But to be a little bit more realistic, if you need some help using iMovie, click the eye above for a video tutorial. Another method of voiceover recording would be to record the voiceover into a software application and then add that to your video editing software. I'm going to show you with Quicktime Player, but other software will have similar functionality. Launch Quicktime and select New Audio Recording from the File menu. Press the red button to start the recording and the same button to end. Save the file. As a third method, you can also use an external audio recorder like a Zoom H1 or something similar. Once the audio files are saved, the editing process is the same for both the second and the third methods. Either add it to your partly completed edit or create a new one. If you're using iMovie, that pre-recorded voiceover can then be added directly to the timeline, and then you can add the visuals later. Other editing applications will work in the same way. This is most important. When recording with only a voiceover, you need to keep your audience engaged with visuals. You'll have noticed throughout this video that I've been using animated text visuals like you see here. These are easily done by using the titles supplied with your video editing software. And for a very easy professional result, look at FlexClip, an online creation tool. The added benefit of text visuals is they give you a segue or a transition into a new subject without too much of a jarring jump in the video. I'll use simple titles supplied with your editing software. Let's look at iMovie again. Any editing app will have titles. I'm using the actual edit here, and that's the first part of this tutorial. But I'll replace the text visuals with the built-in iMovie titles. Later I'll show you how these text visuals were created with FlexClip. I'll play the original tutorial again now. And in this video I'll show you the various options for voiceover recording. And so you can see the result of a voiceover video that's without a face to camera. I've recorded this whole tutorial as just a voiceover. At the end of the video, I'll show you the tips for my personal method of voiceover recording. A big benefit of voiceover recording is it can be done with just your computer without any extra camera equipment. Now let's replace those text visuals with iMovie titles. Select the title. I use the standard title for this first one. And to show the text more clearly, I'll add a background below the title. Best to pick something not too busy. Enter the text. You can change the font if you want. For this next text, I'll use two different titles, first drifting and then overlap. And then change the text in those, and then we'll play the whole corrected video again. This video I'll show you the various options for voiceover recording. And so you can see the result of a voiceover video that's without a face to camera. I've recorded this whole tutorial as just a voiceover. At the end of the video, I'll show you the tips for my personal method of voiceover recording. A big benefit of voiceover recording is it can be done with just your computer without any extra camera equipment. Now let's use FlexClip to get the same visuals that I've been using throughout this tutorial. I've got FlexClip open and I've selected a template in the how-to videos. I'm not going to make any real changes to the preset clips, except for changing the text and replacing some of the preset images. I've selected the Secret Education Hacks template, and the first clip is in the lower part of the timeline. I've replaced the text and deleted the unwanted text block. Now I'm going to change the preset image by dragging an image from my computer and then dragging that over the preset image. Now the second clip. I've replaced the text and I've added another image from my computer. And now you've got the idea, I'm going to fast forward the next few clips until I need an extra one, and that's by duplicating a previous clip and dragging it into place. Then I'll remove the unwanted preset clip that's in the timeline at the bottom here, and then export. And I'll select to export to Dropbox. Now let's add that FlexClip to our editing software. It's in the Dropbox, so drag that into the editing software. And I'll play that through now. This is most important. When recording with only a voiceover, you need to keep your audience engaged with this. I need to shorten that, so I'll use the blade tool and then shorten that left part of the clip. To keep your audience engaged with visuals. And now I'll just need to shorten the end so that it matches up with the audio. This is most important. When recording with only a voiceover, you need to keep your audience engaged with visuals. You'll have noticed throughout this video that I've been using animated text visuals like you see here. So now your voiceover has engaging video to keep your audience interested. And as I promised, my tip. I record my script directly into the computer before I add it to the video editing software. The advantage of this is that I can use the free teleprompter web page. The link's in the description below. And this is much the same as I did in the recording to webcam tutorial. Click on the eye above. So as I said, the advantage is I can read the script while I'm recording. Let me show you. I've launched the teleprompter. From the Quicktime file menu, I've selected New Audio Recording. Click the red button, Start the teleprompter. Read the script and then end the recording. And finally save the file and import it into your video editing software. While you're reading the script, think of how your presentation will encourage your audience to go to your web page. Because as I've said before, the web page is your shop, whether it has e-commerce or not. Just as you'd want your physical shop to look attractive and inviting, make it the same for your web page. The next tutorial looks at stock video and photos that you can download to save you time in filming your own. There are both free and paid versions. I am here to help, so if you need assistance on a specific topic, I offer free support via email. Click the eye above for the link to my free support site. Otherwise, let me know in the comments below about topics that you struggle with, and I'd be happy to produce a YouTube video to solve those issues. And don't forget, I'm also available for one-on-one internet training. There are various training packages available on my website. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and press the bell.